When I first started practicing yoga, I probably didn't even realize it was a practice. I just went to a class. I just signed up and turned up in a class. And I had no idea that it would be a practice that would change my life. I'd been going through a period of my life where I was just not really finding happiness and I was a little bit off track. What I can look back now and I can see was depression. And so I joined this class, and I still remember when I came into the room, everybody's standing at the front of their yoga mats, and I had this really kind of sweaty, smelly rental yoga mat, and I stood up at the front of my mat, and the teacher called everyone to what he said was samastitihi. And then he made this really loud Om sound, and it really brought everyone into unity. And I remember my mind stopping and me feeling overwhelmed with this pure vibration. Far more than just about the body, there was something in my soul that answered yes. Vande Gurunam Charanaravindeya Sandarshita Swatmasukhavabodhe Nishreyase Jangalikayamane Samsara Hala Halamoha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidarinam Sahasrashirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. After I'd been practicing Ashtanga Yoga for just a few months, I read Sri K. Pattabhi Jois's book called Yogamala. I had a dream about him, and he appeared as this salvific figure that reached out to where I was in a point of darkness, and he picked me up and he put me in a place of peace. And when I woke up from the dream, the words, "I have to go to India," were on my lips, and I woke up and I just knew that. Over the last 16 years, I've devoted myself to practicing Ashtanga Yoga in the traditional manner, and I turn to this practice as the foundation of my daily discipline. One of the defining things that distinguishes yoga as a spiritual practice is the idea that the asanas themselves are not ends, but that they're vehicles for a deeper knowing of yourself and ultimately a deeper knowing of God. Once you access that place within yourself where you are infinite, where you are free, once you see yourself through the eyes of spirit, you know exactly who you are. The way that the asanas work is that by approaching points of difficulty within yourself, you recognize who you are when you're tested. It's like we don't know whether or not we're truly peaceful people until we can experience ourselves at that moment of difficulty. So we have deep back bends, we have challenging handstands, difficult leg behind the head poses, so that we can know who we are when we meet difficulties, so that we can understand what it means to be strong on a spiritual level. Can you hear God's voice inside of yourself speaking to you through your breath, through your practice, through the sense of surrender in your heart? This is the essence of the journey of yoga, because once you experience that spark of who you are at your deepest level, you're a better person. You have more patience, more tolerance for yourself, and ultimately for your whole world. As soon as you realize that what makes you worthy is not any sense of achievement, that the only thing that makes you worthy is the purity of your soul, it sets you free. So yoga really is a path of freedom, a path to knowing God and to setting yourself free in the beautiful acts of surrender that is faith and grace. When you practice yoga, your world changes, one breath at a time. When you practice yoga, your heart softens so that you understand that the spiritual essence of who you are can never be shaken. No matter what happens, the faith and grace that is the essence of surrender guides you through every moment of your life.